Talk about wrestling.
Charlotte beat me. I put you in a neck brace before. I have no problem doing it again.
You haven't seen it, honey. I was.
Oh, bitch! No, the fuck y'all did. So much balls. What happened? There's too much balls on that rash. Too many red balls. Look at all these balls. Look at this. Damn! Oh, Jesus! We are witnessing child abuse on TV, Lord. Oh, have mercy. Now, watch your mouth when you talking to me, ho. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You ain't getting nothing. You don't get nothing. You either earn it or you don't. You pasty bitch. That ain't how this works. Uh-oh. Hit it with a zigzag. Let's go, baby. Let's go, dog. Let's go. I'm fucks with it. We sick of your shit.
Hey, girl, hey. Life, relationships, pop culture.
Well, go ahead. I'm listening. And he'll be looking at me. He will be looking at me and he will go to sleep. He will go to sleep. Look at me in my face. I'm talking to you.
We talk about it all, baby. So, y'all ready? I know y'all ready. Because it's showtime. And that's on the ancestors, baby.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you. I get on. Now Julio made me a Scorpio. And I might hit your phone up with that ba-ba-ba. Listen, my da-da-da. Listen, that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs.
It's ranch because you ate all the creamy season.
I want that shit. Man, no. I really want that fella.
You gonna get this out? This guy had a dress it.
I wanted it with that dressing. All right. Okay.
Stupid.
What? That was the first thing I ate all day. I'm hungry again. Oh, can I have some of my ice cream too so I don't bother you no more? Is my ice cream still down there?
Yeah.
Okay. Monday Night Raw was an interesting situation, ladies and gents. I'm still uploading the last 15 minutes of the show, mainly because I was using GA facilities when the show came on, or when it was getting ready to go off. The last few moments of the show were very, very telling, but they did do what I said they was gonna do, so I still was right. I'm still right, and no one can take that from me. Kayla was the first person to comment this week, so thank you, Kayla, for being the first one in the groups. She showed up. She was here early, as was Zay. They were here early. Aaliyah was here early, and young boy Jay was here early as well. And then we got Jonelle in the chat. So shout out to everybody that's in my chats. Shout out to everybody that tries to come early. I appreciate you. Anybody who comes early, y'all comment will be the first comment up. And I'll shout y'all first because you're here. You're early. You're on time. Okay. And I like it when you're on time because I'm usually late. Mind your business. Anyway, hey Sasha, how you doing? Now, listen, okay? A lot went on today. So we're going to take this show piece by piece. All right, we're going to tell you the ins and the outs of the show. The show kicked off with Solo and Kevin Owens. Now, yes, these men have wrestled on multiple occasions, but this match was okay. I'm not going to lie, I'm not as invested in this match as I could have been. But I most definitely am not like 100% angry about the match. The match was cute. It did its thing. Kevin and Solo, well, Kevin was getting ready to win the match, and Jimmy ended up costing Kevin the match. He more cost Solo the match because he beat on Kevin, which gave the disqualification match to Kevin rather than giving the disqualification to Solo, maintaining his winning streak or whatever. Now, this led to Sammy coming out there to help Kevin. And Sammy basically was like, listen, later on in the night, you'll see Sammy go up to Kevin. He says, listen, Kevin, you and I both had the same goal. Not asking to be your friend. I'm not asking for us to be buddy again. I'm not asking for us to be brothers. All I'm asking is that we work together to take them down. They are a unit. If we don't do something now, it's going to get worse. They're broken now. Let's take them out while we still can. Kevin refused. He said, no, I already know what you're trying to do. I already know what you're doing. I've been doing it for 8 months by myself. I don't need you. I don't want to work with you. Whatever you want to do it on your own. But you're not going to do it with me. I'm done. So Kevin walked away. That was the end of that. The next segment we got, I think the girls was up next, but I got to upload this last infographic. So just hold tight 1 second, y'all. I'm sorry. I am very much out of the loop right now. But I had the info already set to go. And then they pulled a fast one on me today. Motherfuckers. They pulled a fast one on me today. And just messed me up, child. I'm sitting up here thinking, okay, the show gonna close out, Sammy gonna win, and then here comes Jay Uso, adding to the mess. I said, God damn it, damn, what the fuck? Not serial killer Jay Uso. Oh, y'all should see this shit on Twitter. It's hilarious. Hold on. I'm going to upload these pictures. And then I promise you I will be right back. Give me one tiny second.
Damn right we take turns being wrong. I get real accountable when I'm alone. I get real about it all when I'm alone. It's so crazy missing you. I get on. Now Julio made me Scorpio, and I might hit your phone up with that bye. Listen my da. Listen that all of this love is toxic. All of this love is toxic. All these kisses and hugs and toxic. You a damn drug. Toxic. If you don't wanna see me, if you don't wanna see me, did a full 180, crazy, thinking about the way I once did the heartbreak change me, baby. but look at where I ended up. I'm okay already, so moved on, it's scary. I'm not where you left me at all. So, if you don't wanna see me dancing with somebody, don't show up, don't come out, don't stop caring about me now. Walk away, you know how. Don't stop caring.
Okay. Sorry about that. I had to make sure I had everything uploaded because I still don't have everything uploaded because I don't have the infographic for Bianca and Carmela. So, ciao. Okay, so let's just go with what I got since I can't seem to get nothing to work for me today. It don't want to comply. Okay, so the next segment we got, let me see in the comments. Hello, everybody. Hello, Tirza. How are you? Ooh, before I get started, Tirza had a dance performance this weekend, and she did great. I saw it. She looked absolutely beautiful. She did exceptional. So congratulations to Tirza is in order. So everybody in the comments, give Tirza a little bit of love because she definitely deserved it because she was trying to get back into doing what's the thing she loved. And I'm very proud of her, and I'm very happy for her that she was able to get back into something she really enjoys doing, and that's a good thing, right? So everybody, give Tirza some love in the comments, okay? Okay, now we're gonna keep on moving. Hello, Nicole. How are you? Hi. And Kayla just had a birthday this past Sunday. So everybody tell Kayla happy belated birthday. If you haven't told Kayla happy birthday, plus Tirza's birthday is going to be on the 17th, which her birthday will be next. So if you have a birthday and you want a birthday shout out or something from me, y'all got to make sure y'all remind me because I owe Kayla some cookies and I got to send some stuff to Tirza and everybody else. I got to start getting their stuff baked and frozen so I can be prepared for all these damn birthdays coming up, child. It's too much. You're asking too much of me. What more do you want from me? All right. Oh, no, don't cry. Don't cry. Don't cry, Tirza. Oh, Hiram's birthday is Saturday. Happy birthday, Hiram. You eating the weirdest Caesar dressing. Listen, let me tell y'all something before I get into the rest of the show. The best and greatest Caesar dressing, well, the one I love the most is from Ken's. It's by a company named Ken's. I love that Caesar dressing because it is so good. It's so light and it's so refreshing. It's not too heavy on the anchovy. It's not too heavy on the lemon. It's not too heavy on one specific thing. And it's the extra creamy Caesar. It's so fucking good. Gordon Ranch, I will argue with your mama about it. Okay, it's bomb Caesar dressing. Okay. Ooh. Happy birthday, Kayla. Happy birthday to Hiram. It's so fatty, tasting like not what I wanted. Ugh. I had a Caesar dressing from BJ's brew house restaurant, and that Caesar was weird as hell. It wasn't tart because of like any lemon juice or anything, but it just had a weird flavor to it, and I hated it so much. And I realized what the problem was. It was so much of it on such a small amount of a salad. And I needed like just a little bit just to shake up and like just get all over the leaves, the lettuce, and then I'd be cool. Because man, if you put too much of that dressing on your salad, you're gonna kill yourself trying to eat it. It's gross. But it's good when it's a little bit of dressing and a lot of salad. It's good like that. Ooh. And that still didn't work? That still didn't work? Yeah, that wasn't a good dressing, baby. I love BJ's, but they menu too big. You know what? They have a massive menu, but it ain't no bigger than Cheesecake Factory's. And you know Cheesecake Factory's menu is huge. But the one thing I hate about Cheesecake Factory is they have decent food. It's cooked well, but it ain't seasoned. And I don't do well with bland ass chicken and bland ass mashed potatoes. Like, that's nasty. That's nasty. I squeezed some lemon juice to try and break it up some, and it didn't work. I figured it didn't. Do anyone know the Caesar dressing recipe without anchovies? You gotta have the anchovies. It's what give it that salty bite in the dressing. Somebody that makes it right will make it for you, but I gotta get back on topic. So I'll get back to that in a second. Anyways, Bianca went up against Carmella today. One thing I will say about Carmella today is Carmella's gear was fire. Carmella looked absolutely stunning in her gear. She had this like jean like material, or at least it was based off of like a jean outfit, and then it was studded with big old stones everywhere. It was a broad piece for the top, and then she had it cut the way you would cut a pair of Daisy Dukes, and then she had the pockets, a pocket like piece coming out, and that was studded. Like, now I'm giving you all the feels. Like, Carmella's gear legitimately was dope. It was fire. I don't know what the fuck Chelsea had on, because she was giving very much aluminum foil, but Carmella looked cute. Now, it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on in this match between these two girls. For me, I didn't like the match that much. I don't think that it's necessary, but I understand why it's being done. A lot of people feel like there's no story between Asuka and Bianca, and truth be told, there isn't. But they're using Carmella to get to that point, which is an old trope that WWE pulls out when they really don't know how to book the story between the two of them. Quite frankly, you can make it very simple. Asuka is a heel. You could have had Asuka interfere in the match and not go after Carmella and Chelsea, but go after Bianca. And that way it would have led to a little bit more animosity between the two competitors leading into WrestleMania. Okay, but you kind of rested on your laurels a little bit and are going to continue down this path. I guarantee you next week there is going to be a tag team match between those four women. Well, they have the match set up to as Bianca is going up against Chelsea, but I promise you that's going to turn into a tag team match, because that just don't make no sense. Now, a lot of people think that it's going to turn into a fatal four-way for the Raw Women's Championship. There's no reason for that. I don't care how good Chelsea is character-wise. There's no reason for her to be in the championship scene ahead of other women on the roster who already belong in that place. Okay, now I'm not saying that Chelsea hasn't improved. I understand that. like Don and Nicole have made sure that that has been visible for me. So I've seen her improvement, but not to the point where you just get on the roster and then you immediately move up into title contingency. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that. I've never been a fan of that, especially in the women's division, because it's hard enough for them to get to where they have to go to begin with. And when you bypass other people to get others over, it's not fair. It's not fair. So I don't want a triple threat. I don't want a fatal four-way for that championship. I want Bianca to go up against Asuka. Thank you. Where did cake come from? Thank you. Thank you very much. I want Bianca to go up against Asuka clean by herself and let it be what it is. I do not need to see Carmella be in that match. I just don't. And a lot of people want to see her in it, and I don't. I'm sorry. I just don't want to see her. Her gear has been her gear is really good. It's really good. I think Carmella gonna get added so she can eat the pin. If the way I see it is, if Asuka can take a pin from Charlotte at WrestleMania, she can eat a pin from Bianca at WrestleMania. She don't need to go up against she don't need to have Carmella, especially if Bianca don't drop it until afterwards. Sorry, y'all, I'm trying to mix up my salad. Okay. The Cairns Ranch is good, but it's not as good as the creamy Caesar. Anyway, so let's go to the next one. We had Seth freaking Rollins and Logan Paul on TV today. For the most part, this segment was really good. Seth spoke a lot of truths, and Logan Paul spoke some truths. Not gonna lie. Miz facilitated and interfered. Now, Seth came out there in this badass outfit. Troy got his ass together. He had this real nice long coat on. It was red and white. I said, go ahead. You had a shirt on today? Appreciate it. A word? I didn't think people would be that interested in their feud, in their rivals on A&E. But from what I hear, from what Nicole is saying in the comments, and what I heard on Twitter, a lot of people enjoyed that Rivals episode. But anyways, so Logan Paul came out there, as did The Miz. He invited Logan out, and then here came Seth Rollins. And Logan basically was like, I don't need you to talk for me. You know, Miz, I can talk for myself. Like, I'm just trying to understand what your problem is with me, Seth Rollins, which I don't understand why he don't know why the man got issues. Had you had not thrown him out of the Royal Rumble, you wouldn't even been on his radar, to be honest. But anyway, Logan Paul's in the middle of the ring, and he's basically like, listen, you mad at me because I'm good at everything. I can't help that. I'm great. Anything I put my mind to, I can do. You just mad because I came in sight unseen, no training. I did what you did in 20 years. I did it in one. You're mad. Just tell the truth that you're mad. Tell everybody you're just mad because I'm more successful, because I didn't have to go through what you went through, and I got a premium contract that I can only wrestle when and get paid when I wrestle. I don't have to come in and wrestle every single week and be on Monday Night Raw every single week and be in fucking Boston. I don't have to do that. I can come out here, set my stories up, and then at the main big four, I wrestle and then I get my check. I don't have to do half the shit you have to do. And on top of that, I'm still good at it. So that's what you mad about. And if I was you, I'd be mad at me too. Seth was like, you know what? You spoke some truths. He said, I can't lie. There was some facts in there. But you being good has no bearing on me disliking you. He was like, I don't like you because you're a piece of shit. I don't like you because you're a human dumpster fire. You're a parasite, a leech. I don't like you because of that. It has nothing to do with what you're capable of or what you've done in the company. He says, you, and this is just me personally, Logan Paul is a one-off talent. He is the kind of thing you flaunt around to get the money, and then you leave. If we're being honest, 100% honest, Logan Paul will not be able to last in the WWE and do what they do on a weekly basis. He don't have the chops. He also don't have the chops to be on the microphone. If we're being real, Seth Rollins ate his ass up today and exposed him because all he did was regurgitate what other superstars have regurgitated before. The same way Austin Theory got ate up today on a microphone, which I'll get to Austin Theory in a minute. It's the same way Seth Rollins tore his ass up today. Seth Rollins didn't even have to say nothing. The crowd was chanting his fucking song for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Didn't even get to finish the damn segment. But here's the thing. Yes, Logan Paul has been able to acquire a premium contract and be able to wrestle at the Big Four. Yes, Logan Paul has not been a terrible wrestler. He actually has been able to perform effectively. All of that is true. But let me tell y'all something. Logan Paul can never do what John Cena, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, even Austin Theory. He cannot do what they do on a daily basis and still be able to say he's one of the best in the ring to do it. That's absolutely not fucking true. It's a lie. He doesn't have the chops. Anybody who goes out there against him, he gonna get ate alive on that microphone. He's been ate up by Roman. He's been ate up. I saw Nicole. I saw that on Twitter. Under Tradee's page. I saw that. Okay. And I was like, now y'all ain't shit. Anyways. Some idiot said that Logan Paul is better than Mid Rollins, which I find very laughable. Ain't even a reason to even give that any smoke. If you believe for a minute that Logan Paul is better than Seth Rollins, you are absolutely wrong. Seth Rollins is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, superstar wrestling-wise of this generation. There is nobody that can beat him or touch him in anything. Match-wise, he's going to give you quality. Promo-wise, he's going to give you quality. There's a rarity where he falls flat. He's perfection. 99.9% of the time, you're going to get solid Seth Rollins all day, everything, whether you are going to be getting the architect, the visionary, the messiah, or Seth freaking Rollins, you're going to get solid character work from him and solid ring work from him every fucking time. So, now how this segment ended was, of course, they set it up so now they have to get the match rolling for WrestleMania. And Miz talking about he got the power to do it since he's the host. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what Trey D said. Same exact thing. He was like, but y'all don't like to eat though. So, anyways, we'll wait and we'll see how that all plays out. Later on, like I said, Seth attacked Miz and threw him out the ring on that good coat. It was a good coat. That was a good coat. Threw him out the ring on that good coat. And then he went after Logan. They got to fighting. Here come Miz and grabs Seth by the back of the head, helping Logan beat him down. Somehow he gets pushed out, and Logan Paul tried to get the curb stomp off, but didn't work. Miz interfered. Logan Paul was able to hit him with a punch in the face and laid him out. Unfortunately, that's how that segment ended. Seth was out cold. And Logan was standing there calling him a bitch. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I will be sorely disappointed if Seth Rollins loses again on the grandest stage of them all. But I have a sneaking suspicion that that's going to happen. And that's up. Trying to get through this salad and do this live, y'all. I'm hungry. I'm sorry. Anyway, Gargano and Finn's match came up, man. Finn came out there with the whole crew. Irrelevant ass Damian Priest. They ain't got shit for Damian. If I was Damian, I'd be at home. I had my ass at home somewhere, laying down. I would not be there. I will riot if he loses. Well, prepare yourself. Because he just might win, baby. Anyways, this match was good. It was a lot of interference. Dexter was out there for support, but it was a lot of interference. Ultimately, the last set of interference, Edge came down there, cost Finn the match. Johnny Gargano ended up winning. Later on that night, they asked Edge, like, what does this mean? Where are y'all headed? What are y'all going to do? And Edge said it plainly. He like, look, he cost me a match I'm damn sure was about to win. And I cost him a match. It's no shade to Johnny Gargano that he could have won. So now we even. But he like, I'm tired of playing this game with him because at some point it's got to end. So next week, I'm calling out Finn Balor. And we can work this out in the ring. I'm going to be by myself. This is all a setup for them to have another match at WrestleMania. So that's that. Now, there was another women's match on the show today. Nikki Cross went up against Piper. Piper beat Nikki, but Nikki came out there with a little fire in her heart. Nikki had Piper face all wrapped up and toe up, scratching up Piper face, child. The ref made her get Nikki back so she can get in her ring. When she finally got in, that's when the fight started. For the most part, Nikki held her own. But ultimately, she just could not best Piper's strength. Piper beat her. Match over. Last week, Piper took out Candice. And she's got like an AC sore, like a sore shoulder, basically. So she was out today. She was not cleared to be there. Now, we saw a couple things backstage. Like I said, we saw the interaction between Kevin and Sami Zayn, which I'll get to that last match in a minute. Because, woo, child. Jay took us on a long ride. But he brought us back to where I thought he would. Now, Marseille Mansour and Maxine Big Teeth ass was back there fawning over Otis. Okay? And Marseille is back there. They're talking. And Baron Corbin think they're talking about him. The look on Marseille's face when he said, "We were not talking about you, we were talking about him." And they were pointing at Otis. Bitch, I died. Corbin can't even get no respect from the lowest of the low. And it's no shade because Mason Mansour are funny. And they show on YouTube, it's funny. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it because it's funny. Maxine made a deal with Corbin. She told Corbin if he got rid of Chad, she would consider letting him join the Maximum Male Models. He said, okay, cool. They had a match. Chad Gable won. Corbin can't get out the blocks, honey. It was so funny. The look on his face was hilarious to me. It was hilarious. Now, this segment, Austin Theory and John Cena. Now, y'all remember last week, I was telling y'all about Austin Theory. And I said to you that Austin Theory is a very generic character. There is nothing about him that stands out. Wrestling-wise, he's great. But other than that, he doesn't really give you much. And there's no believability in what he's saying. John Cena confirmed it, that I was right. Whatever he's selling, I'm not buying. And it's been like that for a while with Austin Theory. That's the reason why nobody cares about the U.S. Championship when he has it. As a heel, your responsibility, especially if you are a heel champion, is to make sure whatever title you have, people don't want you to have it. And because Austin Theory is who he is, most people don't care that he has it, which makes the belt lose its luster. The same thing with those women tag team titles, which I'll get to them in a second. Nobody cared that Austin Theory had the title back. We was happy if Seth Rollins was going back for it, because when Seth had it, it was something that was coveted. It was something that gave the title a new sheen, a new luster. Even when Bobby Lashley had the championship, it was the same thing. That title meant something on their arms. But with Austin Theory, he don't bring nothing to the title. The title makes him. So who's going to care about taking that championship off of him? Nobody cares that he has the belt. None of the fans care that he has the belt. That belt has been irrelevant. Even though that belt was defended in the Elimination Chamber, nobody gave a shit about Austin Theory in that match. Nobody cared. It all got overshadowed by Logan Paul and Seth Rollins and their shit. Austin Theory was an afterthought. And you can blame it on booking. You can do all of that good shit. But the reality is Austin Theory is not a character that is worthy of having all this light and attention. He is a carbon copy of many other wrestlers that we've seen come and go in the WWE. He doesn't stand out for any of the right reasons or for any of the wrong reasons. He's just there. And then when he's on the microphone, what he delivers is mediocrity, because even he doesn't believe what he's saying. It's just the truth. So today, John Cena came out there in his hometown crowd and didn't even get the chance to address the crowd because Austin Theory came out. Austin Theory came out and basically was like, I want it to be me versus you at WrestleMania. Me and you. Mano y mano. My hero versus the fan. And of course, you would think that John Cena would say yes, right? Well, Johnny Boy said no. He said no. And the crowd didn't boo. They didn't say anything. Don't worry about LA Knight, because LA Knight gonna get that money in the bank briefcase, okay? You ain't gotta worry about LA Knight. He most definitely gonna get that money in the bank briefcase, okay? Don't worry about it, Nicole. Don't worry about it. He gonna get it. We gonna see LA Knight in the lights. We gonna see him. He told Austin Theory right. He said to him, look, you don't have no heart. You remind me of myself when I got here. When I was in that ruthless aggression era, he said, you might as well go in the back and get you a pair of shorts right now. No name shorts, boots, and come out here and don't have nothing to say, nothing to do, but you can wrestle really good. He said, that's great, but you ain't got no heart. You ain't got no soul. There's nothing about you that stands out. You are a carbon copy of countless of others who come through the WWE, and eventually you are going to wash out and nobody's going to care. Nobody cares that you're a champion. Nobody cares that you want to wrestle at WrestleMania. Nobody cares about any of that. I I need LA Knight to be on the top. He right there. I think Money in the Bank is his time. I think it's coming. If not, he gonna get one of these mid-card titles. Okay. But listen, John Cena just was like, he said, if we're going by talent, you're one of the best kids back there. There's no denying that. But he said, you don't have the heart that some of the other people have. And yet here you are, being given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. And what do you have to show for it? The title? He said, okay, great. But you out here begging me for a match at WrestleMania. How is that? How sway? You the champ. You should have people lining up to fight against you. But you begging me for a match at WrestleMania? I mean, he right. Anyway, after John Cena told him no and told him why, Austin Theory didn't hear nothing that man said. It went right over his head because he went right into a typical bullshit tactic of trying to reverse psychology his way into a match. And John Cena still ate his ass alive. John Cena exposed that boy on national television today. And it was so effortless. It was so effortless. And it wasn't done in a playful way. The way, The Rock would come out there and probably talk circles around Austin Theory. No. It was mano y mano. I'm having a conversation with you. He ate his ass up. He whipped his ass on TV. Do you understand me? That was brutal. He was exposed. It was hard to watch. Okay? I was sitting there like this. I'm like, oh my God. You taking a shower? He verbally whipped his ass today. My life. Anyway, there was no escaping that. There was nothing he could do. Nothing. He had to stand there and take it because that's all he had. There was nothing anybody could say to stop it from happening. But John Cena, and it wasn't nothing about him cussing him out. Nothing. He just told him the fucking truth. And he did it in front of everybody. And that was something Austin Theory needed to hear. Because that's what I've been trying to tell y'all about Theory this whole fucking time. There's no substance to him. There's nothing. People gotta want to care about you, whether they love you or hate you. And in this case, they don't care about any of that shit. You turn the fan off before you lay down. They just don't. Fold this up so you can lay down. They don't care about him. And I don't mean it in a mean way. I'm just trying to get you to understand what John Cena was saying and what I've been saying. And it's not that Austin Theory can't be great, because he can. He did give him a compliment and tell him that he had one of the best names in the business, which is true. I mean, Austin Theory is a good name. Okay, that's a good name to have. All right. It's cool. It's simple. It works for him. Right? But Austin Theory is not that guy yet. But I believe that he can get there. It's just going to take time. However, they're pushing him very quickly and very early. And John is right. If he don't really take advantage of the situations that he's given, he's going to be out of here. Now, John Cena told him very clearly. He said, I don't want to wrestle you at Mania, not because I'm afraid, but because of your sake. He said, you go up against me at WrestleMania, and I beat you for this championship. You're gone. It means nothing to me. If you beat me at WrestleMania, you've got to come out there the next day and go up against one of the most brutal crowds in WWE. That After Mania show crowd is ruthless. They're going to chew your ass up and spit you out. You're not going to be able to do anything or say anything. He said, either way, you're fucked. I'm trying to save you the embarrassment. I'm trying to save you the time, but you're not listening. So he says, since you brought it to the audience, I'm going to take it to them too. So let them decide. Do you want to see me and Austin Theory have a match at WrestleMania? The crowd cheered, so it's been set. John Cena said, all I'm going to tell you is good luck, kid, because we both know you don't have it up there in the head. You definitely don't have it in the heart, and you definitely ain't got it down here. And that nigga did a little cojones tap. I said, no. Now he ain't got no cojones grandes.
Big check.
I said, now this cojones grandes gone. No. And then he told him, before he left out, the nigga said, hey, you might want to work on that part though, because that part is actually rather small. And then he just left out the ring. I'm like, we out here touching dicks? What? Oh my God. Aaliyah said he hurt my freaking feelings. Might as well just go drop the title off. There's nothing to win. Babes, because that's the night the hardcore foreign fans go to. She's right. She's right. Plus, it's all people left over from WrestleMania. They usually be in the same town after that one night in Mania. That last night, they usually stay in that same town. But even if they go to a different town, like, it's a rough night. That is a rough night for people who lost at WrestleMania. That is fucking gnarly. I don't know, man. John Cena embarrassed that child on TV, though. And it was so effortless. And he didn't say nothing too out the way. And he honestly wasn't even trying to. That's the part that makes it so bad. He was not trying. If y'all haven't seen it, you gotta go watch it, because when you see what he actually said to him from start to finish, it made perfect sense. And that's what a lot of people have been saying about Austin Theory and some other people. It's not that you're good in the ring. That's not an issue. You can be good and still not be good enough for the WWE in terms of character work and being able to convey the storyline the way it should. Everybody's not like Cody. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not like Seth. These guys are two polar opposites when it comes to character work, but they can carry a story with pretty much anybody. And I'm not saying you have to be like them, but you need to be the best you, or the best persona of you that you can be, so that you don't get lost in the sauce, because that's what's going to happen. Because, okay, Nicole said that crowd is insane. And if they go to another town, it's usually pretty close. Right? It's usually within the vicinity of the other city they was at. So it's still going to be pure madness. It's still going to be pure madness. So that shit was fucking gnarly. Okay. And then towards the end, he introduced Cody Rhodes. And Cody came out there. They got to talking like they was finna go in the back and go have a beer. And it was like Cody was inviting him to the house. She's like, Brandy, she real good with the cocktails. You should come on her show on YouTube, and go over there and cook and have a good old time. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll be there. That's how the conversation looked like it went. But he did whisper something to him about how proud he was of him, how he appreciated everything he had did. All that good shit. I did get to see that when I was reading his lips. But he was genuinely nice to Cody. And I love that. Cody was obviously very receptive to John Cena. And they both look like, he basically said that Cody is a main eventer. Cody is the kind of guy you book for WrestleMania. And I'm going to introduce somebody who has the heart and the soul, something that I've seen from day one, and that's Cody Rhodes. And he brought his ass out there. We didn't really get to see much of Cody, because after that, Cody was gone. And they moved on to the next segment because they had to, because they ain't have enough time. Because when I looked up, it was 10 o'clock and John Cena was coming out there. Raw moved really fast, but it had good pacing in terms of the segments, the match quality. The matches wasn't too long or too drawn out this week. Everything seemed to be moving in a good pace. And I like that because this is 3 hours. 3 hours need to be built up right. Okay. So now we're going to move into Becca, Lita, and Miss Trish Stratus. Okay. And of course, the girls, Damage Control. Hold on, y'all. I thought my husband's car was going on for a minute. Hold on, child. Okay, girl. Okay. So Nicole said, I know Brandy mad. Like, don't be inviting people over and you ain't tell me ahead of time. That's a mess. I dead ass was sitting there like, ooh, what y'all finna do? I want to come. I'm trying to go. See what kind of greens Brandy cook. If she put kale in her greens, we can't be friends. If you put kale in your collards, your turnips, or mustard greens, we cannot be friends, okay? Because you gross. You are gross, ma'am and sir. Nope. That's just nasty. Now listen, the girls had a little segment. They had a little moment. Now, Becky, Lita, and Trish came out there and was talking their shit because you know they won championships last week. Now this week, Damage Control came out there and was cutting all that off. Okay? She said, I'll show up with a bottle of tequila, period. Period. Hey, Danny, how are you? My friend Danny's here, y'all. Hi, Danny. Like, what you got in the oven, sis? I'll hold the baby for a minute. Right. Make sure that roast cooking there on time, because I ain't come over here to eat no dry ass roast and kale collards. I ain't come over here for that. Okay, you could have fried some cabbage or something. You ain't have to make this damn collards. I just told everybody I want to go to Brandy's house too. It looked like Cody had invited him to his house, John Cena specifically. It looked like Cody had invited John over there, and I was like, oh, I want to go. I'll make you a good old nasty lemon pound cake, okay? Maybe make you a little apple cinnamon one with a little dulce de leche drizzle on there or something. You know, give you something. It be real sharp. I want to go. I want to hear all the mess. I want to hear all the tea because I'm nosy, child. But anyway, Damage Control came out there to interrupt the celebration for Becky, Lita, and Trish. Now, Trish said before the girls came out there, she said, I warned this bald-headed hoe. I warned this high booty hoe that I was going to get her ass together if she kept interfering in shit that didn't have nothing to do with her. And she did not listen. So then Becky and them is in there talking. Okay. Hold on. Y'all in the comments wilding. Not your distracted dog. Pharaoh big. Somebody got to play with. Anyways. So Bailey came out there and was not with the shits. Bailey said, you two hoes are arguably the reason why all of us are standing in this ring right now. But now I'm going to put you hoes back on the shelf. Because what I'm tired of is having to deal with you when I'm only specifically dealing with this bitch. Here you two come out of nowhere. Ain't nobody called you hoes. And so Trish said, bitch, let me tell you something. She said, I told you the last time I saw you, okay, that just because I was retired, though, she said, I can go from retired to was retired in a millisecond, bitch. I come on your ass. She said, I'm not with the shits. Okay, I'll go from being nice to talk to me nice to whooping your ass. Okay, don't play with me. Don't play with me, because you my daughter. Okay, I'm mother. Okay, don't do that. Don't do that, girl. Know your place. Know your place, bitch. She was like, but since y'all here talking shit, I propose that we have a 6-man, 6-woman tag team match. It's a 3-on-3. 3-on-3 match at WrestleMania. We gonna do it at the grandest stage of them all, bitch. What you say? What's good? Where you at? Let's go. We going to LA or not? So Bailey got her all hypey and was like, I accept. We accept. Then the girl turned around and like, bitch, no, we didn't. Bailey said, listen. We got this. We're Damage Control. We got this. This is how them chicks lost their titles to begin with, because you keep accepting shit on their behalf and they ain't having a chance to defend themselves or at least make decisions on their own. Okay, you keep making all the decisions. Now, here's what I thought they should have done. Okay, like I said from the beginning, Bailey and this whole crew of Damage Control should have operated under the Freebird rule, especially if Bailey was never going to get the women's championship from Bianca. It didn't make sense for her to be alone without a championship, and you've got these two on her side. Make it be the Freebird rule. The New Day were able to do it, and it worked out for them. Why couldn't you do that with the women's tag team? It would have been the first time that the women's tag team titles were represented by 3 individuals, and it would have made history. It would have been smarter, not harder, and you still could have had Bailey competing for the championship without her having to compromise the tag team titles in the process. It just would have been smarter. Then Bailey talking for them as a group would make sense. You could still run this as a trios thing on WrestleMania. The girls lost the titles already, so it is what it is. You still could do it because technically they're operating as a group. Like, I don't understand why they didn't do that from the beginning. That's why I said I'll go. I draw dogs for some reason. AJ does too. Dogs love him. Damage Control got to wrap it up after Mania, and they do, because I wasn't feeling them from the beginning. I understood the meaning of it, but like I said, there were some parts of Damage Control that worked and other parts didn't. In my opinion, Io is just too great of a wrestler for her to be bogged down in Damage Control, and I mean that in the most sincerest way. She should have had somebody like Indy in there, somebody like, I would have pulled JC and Gigi up from NXT and had them in there with Dakota as well. Like, you could have done anything to fill out Damage Control. You need people who actually needed Bailey to lead them, actually needed Bailey to be in their vicinity and surrounding them, because it just would have worked out better with a different set of girls. Io Sky is just too grand of a wrestler, too big in terms of her capability, her wrestling prowess, and her persona. She's just too big for the group. And to me, she had to calm herself down to be in Damage Control, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. So I don't think they're gonna last past Mania. I think they're gonna lose at WrestleMania against Lita and Becky, of course, and Trish. And I think that Monday, that's when they're gonna implode. Now, the best part about Monday Night Raw was the end. Because we had a match here. Sami Zayn was set to take on Jimmy Uso. All throughout the night, the hints of the show was that Jimmy was on the cusp of being taken out. Mainly because Jey Uso hadn't made the decision of what he wanted to do yet. Jimmy had no clue of what Jey Uso was going to do. None whatsoever. He had been trying to get his brother back, and Roman was blaming him. Roman, like, if Jey Uso is not back here, in this group by Friday, which is a week, I'm not going to take it out and blame Sammy. I'm going to blame Jimmy. I'm going to take my anger and frustration out on him. Jimmy Uso been manipulated by Paul Heyman all night long. It was so much pressure put on that man's shoulders to beat Sami Zayn, to take him out. And every turn, Sammy had found a way to get his way out of it. Now the match comes, they're fighting. Solo interferes, the ref kicks him out. So it was just Jimmy and Sammy. Jimmy and Sammy are having their match, they're going back and forth. Ultimately, Jey Uso comes down there. He's standing on top of the table. And basically, he causes enough of a distraction with Jimmy that gave Sammy the ability to be able to win. Now, you think that what we saw in the ring between the two of them, where he's looking at his brother, it just looked like he's about to leave his brother and move forward with that. But that is not what happened. Ultimately, it looked like Jey Uso was siding with Sami Zayn, but maybe that was not the case. They hugged it out, and the next thing you know, Sami Zayn was getting kicked in the face, and Jey Uso was tearing Sami's ass up. They got him in the ring, and that's where Psycho J came back, and they started beating the brakes off of Sami. That child won an Oscar for this because, baby, listen. I sure enough thought, but it is what I said it was going to be. I did tell y'all that Jey Uso was gonna make it seem like he was on Sammy's side, and then he gonna turn on him, which he ended up doing. Eventually, Sammy is gonna be up against the grain, but I don't think Jey Uso is done yet. I don't think that this is just a one-off thing. Of course, he's gonna be there for his brother. That is his brother. He's not gonna abandon his brother like that. But let me tell y'all something. If y'all think that Roman is gonna ease by and not pay for his transgressions, you are sorely, sorely mistaken. I do not believe for a minute that Jey Uso has just forgotten about the fact that his cousin tried to punk him out on TV. And on top of that, that he been taking orders from Roman, and he told Roman from the beginning that Sammy was eventually going to be a problem, and Roman wasn't listening, and he made it seem like it was all Jay's fault. He knows the game better than Sammy does, and he knows that once he gets back into the fold, Roman's going to have him prove his loyalty to the group. It's all going to be a part of what Jey Uso is going to be willing to do for the bloodline. So we're going to see. I still think that Jey Uso is going to turn on his cousin. I still think that. I don't think for a minute that it's just going to be, oh, well, Jey Uso's back in the fold. I don't think that at all. I think Jey Uso is making everybody believe that, and he's definitely going to turn on his cousin. And if he don't cost him the championship at WrestleMania, he definitely going to show where his loyalties lie. Now, I'm pretty sure Nino Brown, a.k.a. Victor Sweet, is sitting at home chilling like, hey, yeah, I got my family back. Then I definitely don't have nothing to worry about now. So, he's not a threat. Cody's not a threat. Nobody's a threat. I got all this protection around me. I'm the king. Nobody's been able to take me down for 3 years, and it's not going to change in a few days at WrestleMania either. You know what I'm saying? He's ready. So, we'll have to wait and see what Oscar Jey Uso is going to have to say on Friday. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be something along the lines of the bloodline couldn't be stronger than ever. I would never abandon my family. I just need to figure out how I was going to take Sami Zayn's ass out. And I figured out I need to play into his hands and make him think we cool so I can have the perfect moment to take him down. Which I'm pretty sure that's what he's going to say and what he's going to pop to. Now, while they was beating the hell out of Sammy in this ring tonight, Cody came out there, and they backed off when Cody came out there. So you got a lot of elements that are being intertwined into these storylines, and it's very, very smart how WWE did it, because quite frankly, Cody didn't have an end. The bigger story was with Sami Zayn, and it is with Kevin Owens. However, the elements that they added in with Paul Heyman talking about his dad, and then having him and Roman have a one-off moment on SmackDown to tie in their stories together, and then you have Cody come out protecting Sami tonight on Monday Night Raw. It brings everything full circle, and everybody has their place. Okay, so now what needs to be done is you got to find a way to get through to Kevin Owens so that Sami, Kevin, and Cody can present a united front against the bloodline, because something has to give, because you can't have Roman going into WrestleMania with all that backup and he and Cody is all alone. That doesn't work. Even with Sami in his corner, there's a lot of bodies to contend with against Roman Reigns with Solo, Jimmy, and Jay, and even Paul Heyman's thick ass. There's a lot to contend with going up against Roman. So you got a lot of work to do to try to maintain this particular match, but not just the match itself, but the integrity of it, so that you get a fair shot at that championship. Because if you don't, it's a wrap. Roman's going to retain, and Cody's going to have this distant memory of him having this grand storied moment and it being gone in an instant. So we just gonna have to wait and see, babes. But Raw was very, very good today. It was very good. We got 3 women's segments today, and we had a couple of men's segments today. I forgot about Omos going up against Dolph Ziggler. The only thing that makes that significant was the fact that Mustafa Ali set that shit up. So Mustafa's talking about making fun of Dolph, basically, like, you got to stay positive. Positivity, man. And so instead of him having a rematch against Mustafa Ali, he had a match against Omos today. And Mustafa set it up. He was in the audience with a big ass lime green sign saying "Go Dolph," with a hat on and shit, just hands up, just cheering. I was fucking crying. Mustafa Ali is a mess. He is a menace, but he is definitely somebody you should be looking out for next year. Now, I think Mustafa's going to be in Money in the Bank, but I would give Money in the Bank to LA Knight. And it's no shade to Mustafa Ali, but I think it would give you a better moment with LA Knight, because he's going to talk all day long, and he's going to make it so much better to see. Now, this opens up Money in the Bank to a lot of different things, because they could swerve us and have him go after Cody and say, I want one of the titles, I don't want both of them. Or they could have him go after one of the US or the Intercontinental Championship. I really like the idea of him being able to pick whatever championship he wants. As long as it's a world championship, he can pick whatever championship he wants. But we'll just have to wait and see, babes. We have to wait and see. Overall, if I had to give Monday Night Raw a rating, I would give it a solid B+. I thought overall everything was cohesive. It was really, really good. We got to see mostly everybody that we needed to see. There were very quick one-off moments. It wasn't a lot of drawn out shit going on. And we didn't have to listen to Judgment Day dribble today, which was fucking clutch. Thank God for that. But other than that, we had a good show. It was really, really solid. If you missed it and you didn't record it on Hulu, my apologies. But watching it in the playback sometime doesn't give it justice, because for whatever reason, Hulu edits and cuts that shit down. I don't know why, but they do. So just make sure if you have Hulu Live that you can record, and you can make sure you have that recorded on the box, and you can just watch it later if you don't get to watch it in its original playback. One thing we did get to know is that King and Queen of the Ring is going to happen May 27th. This is going to be a Saudi show. It's going to be in Jeddah this year. So we're going to have that. King and Queen of the Ring is the next PLE that is coming up, and it's looking like that rumored PLE what was it, that rumored PLE that we saw a couple months back last year that was floating around for months is coming to fruition, because they cut out a lot of pay-per-views that usually come out around WrestleMania. So Backlash is not up there. Backlash is not going to be done this year. King of the Ring is in May. It's at the end of May, right after Mania. So that's the next pay-per-view before we head into Money in the Bank, which is in June. They're going to be matter of fact, isn't it July? I think it's in July. Money in the Bank 2023. Yeah, so my apologies, I misspoke. It's in July on the 1st. So you're going to have a month in between Money in the Bank and King and Queen of the Ring. You're then going to have a month in between Queen of the Ring and WrestleMania. So those two pay-per-views, we're going to have pay-per-views every other month, it seems, which I kind of like that because, well, that's not true either because SummerSlam is in August this year on the 5th. Yeah. SummerSlam is in August this year on the 5th. I hope they do Clash at the Castle again because I really liked Clash at the Castle. I thought that was so much fun. I hope they do it again. But anyways, yeah, child. King of the Ring is set to come back. And it is going to be on Saturday, May 27th. And you know that usually the Radiah show, y'all know I mess that name up every time. The Saudi shows are usually in the middle of the day. So between 12 and like 1 o'clock, I think. It's like 8 their time. So it's going to be on a Saturday. It's going to be May 27th. That was the announcement that we got today. We all know that Miz is going to be the host of WrestleMania, but there are 2 matches that are going to be added to this WrestleMania card. There's a 6-man or 6-woman tag team match added to the card. Trish Stratus and Lita and Becky will be taking on Damage Control in that match. You're also going to have Omos and what's the name's match has already been set in stone. But the second match that was added to the card is John Cena and Austin Theory's match. That match has been set in stone as well. So now you have 2 new matches. And then there's a third match that probably will be solidified next week on Monday Night Raw. It'll probably be Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul at WrestleMania, which we all saw that coming as well. So the card is getting pretty filled up for WrestleMania. And of course, you more than likely Friday will have the setup for Bobby Lashley and Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania too. So we've got the match card set for a couple matches. We already know about Cody and Roman. We already knew about Charlotte and Rhea Ripley, and we already had Asuka and Bianca. Now we have Brock and Omos, Bobby and Bray, Damage Control, Becky, Lita, and Trish. We have Seth and Logan Paul, and we have I just said their names. John Cena and Austin Theory. So those are the 5 matches that have been added to the docket for WrestleMania. And we're looking at right now 1, 2, 3, 4, give or take 8 or 9 matches that are already set for the show. They got a lot of time to fill for both shows. I want to say the runtime for both shows for WrestleMania is going to be between 2.5 to 3 hours per show. I think they're going to try to keep it under 2 hours for each show. So they got a lot of time to fill in for each show. I don't know exactly what they're going to do, but they're going to have a lot of time to fill in. Miz is hosting both shows, so he's probably going to have a segment or 2. But yeah, that's going to happen. Okie dokie. Final things to tell y'all. Charlotte and Drew McIntyre did a pop up with Seacrest Studios and the Children's Nation National program for the Connor's Cure, and this is their thing that they usually do. They had a whole thing. They had Cricket Wireless had a meet and greet with Kevin Owens today. He was a little late, but he did show up. He made sure he put a tweet out to tell everybody he was gonna be late, but to stay and wait because he was coming. Um, but Charlotte did the cutest thing for this little girl today and gave her an opportunity to wear her belt. And I just thought it was so cute, so I had to show y'all.
Oh, girl, you look better. I know, girl.
Wow. I just thought that was so cute. So shout out to Charlotte for being a trooper and being the babiest of baby faces. So hopefully we'll get to see what Charlotte is going to do this coming Friday on Smack It Downeth. But I got a few more minutes to tell y'all about tomorrow's show on NXT. So NXT is having their TV PLE this week, and it is Roadblock. All right. So we're going to get some pretty cool matches in between some segments that are going to happen. So we're going to have Miko Satomura challenging Roxanne Perez for her NXT Women's Championship. And of course, it seems that Little Miss, what the fuck is her name? Tiffany Stratton has made it clear that she is going to be the next one in line to take that title from Roxanne Perez. Also, you have a jailhouse street fight between Dijak and Tony D'Angelo. We also have two friends turned bitter rivals with Gigi Dolan and JC Jane. And then we have a 6-man tag team match between Brian Breaker and the Creed brothers going to be in Sheer. And of course, we have Andre Chase versus Joe Gacy in their match. And I believe I'm missing a match. Am I missing a match? Let me look it up. Because I don't think Wesley has a match on the card. And I know Carmelo Hayes ain't got one. He more than likely will show up and cause an issue. I'm pretty sure he gonna lay out Braun Breaker before Stand and Deliver. All right. So yeah. Oh, final thing that they're gonna have is Grayson Waller is gonna have Shawn Michaels as a special guest on his Grayson Waller Effect, and we all know how that's gonna turn out. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what else happens on the show. It's a lot. I thought Pretty Deadly was gonna match with Gallus at Roadblock, but I guess they're setting that up for um Stand and Deliver. I don't know. With all that being said, tomorrow is the PLE, and I'll make sure to come back and we'll talk all about it. I'll try to do a little recap of everything for NXT's TV PLE on the podcast, so you guys might be able to get that from me tonight. Other than that, that's all we got, folks. So thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you so much. Don't forget to go over to Down for the Count on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. There are 3-part episodes of our hot takes show that we did last week. It was very good actually, and really, really enlightening. I really like doing it, and I want to do it again with all the girls there. So go over there and check that out, and I will get up the recap for the PLE tomorrow. I'll have that up by in the morning. Also, don't forget, if you want to go and listen to some regular old information on the KTT with my podcast, I'm going to be talking about Wakanda Forever because I just watched that movie and it was so good. I cried the whole goddamn movie. I cried. I was so upset at some of the deaths. I was so upset. But I know that they were necessary to move forward in the MCU, and there's some things that just have to be done. But it just was so heartbreaking. And I feel like every time a superhero gets somewhere, they always have to lose so much in order to be great. And I feel like that should not be the narrative anymore for superheroes. Like they don't have to suffer so much pain to understand or to be a superhero, in my opinion. But anyways, oh man, my ice cream melting. I gotta hurry up. Anyways, make sure you guys head over to the KTT. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about a couple other movies. The other movie I'm going to talk about, I definitely need to get Rico and Don on that for that one because I really, really enjoyed that movie as well. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. It's such a good movie. And I'm going to need their help to help me bounce ideas off of to get that movie reviewed. I'm also going to be doing TV stuff with Don. I have to watch Perfect Match, which I got to re-up on my Netflix stuff so you guys can listen to me and him go back and forth about Perfect Match. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, Am I the Asshole, Petty Revenge, and Bridezilla stuff will be up on there as well. I had to edit an episode because I put a double episode up there of the same stuff and I had to fix that. But there'll be new stuff up this Tuesday for Am I the Asshole stuff. There's a couple episodes up right now that you can listen to that I haven't completely pushed, but I'm going to be pushing them this week for you guys. So don't worry. And Wednesday is going to be Hot Takes Wednesday this week. We're going to go live at 5 p.m. this week because I want to make sure that everybody can get in. And I know some of you guys work, so don't worry. You can always listen to it in the playback. Next week, we'll be at our regularly scheduled time, which is around 8 or 9 o'clock. But this week, we're doing Hot Takes Wednesday early, and we're going to be doing all of the hot takes that people think are going to cause a riot in the IWC. So make sure you guys get a snack and bring y'all hot takes this Wednesday at 5 p.m. We're going live. Okay? So don't forget. All righty. Y'all have a good night. Happy birthday to Hiram. Happy belated birthday to Kayla. And congratulations to Tirza once again on her performance. Her birthday is coming up on the 17th. So I hope you guys enjoy your birthday. Please take time for yourself. Self-care is important. If you don't do nothing but sit and do nothing and just relax on your birthday, you've earned the right to be able to do that. You've been blessed enough to be here for one more year. You can at least enjoy your own damn birthday. And with all that being said, I'm going to go and enjoy my ice cream and pound cake. I will see you guys in my next one.